Jess Rebeck says that in order for the Baltimore Ravens to get back their defensive identity, that the Jesse Minter hire was necessary. Do you take it as I don't know how to take this comment. I don't know whether he's saying that the team needs to be a defensive first team or the team needs to get back to the way they used to play defense.
The latter.
You think there needs to be a defensive first team?
No.
Yeah.
They need the image of the badass Ravens.
Yes.
Intimidating, hard-hitting, in your face. That's what they need. That's what's missing.
You're never going to be a defensive first team with Lamar Jackson on the roster.
No. But, I mean, you could have both.
Yes.
You could have both. And I just think that the identity is missing. And when people, we have guys go, wow, we need dogs. Okay. You need guys that present that image again. And I think that's what Minter brings because that's what the Chargers became.
Yeah.
That was a good defense. Really good defense. And I do think that is. And it's the Ravens. It's the Ravens' identity. They've always been identified with defense, even when the defense isn't good.
Mm-hmm.
I remember watching I can't remember what year, but they were down. And the defense in particular was a little porous. And there was a national game, like that rock-ribbed Ravens defense. I'm like, what? What are you talking about? Not this year. But it's some teams, like University of Virginia.
You came into work talking about that day.
Yeah.
Did you hear what they said? Yeah, I was like, yeah.
University of Virginia basketball. Defense.
Mm-hmm.
New York Knicks. Defense. It's just some teams that you equate with defense more than and offense. Rams, Chargers. Even though the Chargers' defense was great last year, you always think of them and this offensive juggernaut. And I just think that's I wouldn't mind getting back to ours.
Yeah, be a team that can still score 30-plus points, but be a team that gets stops.
Yeah,
and puts you away. Yeah. And I think, to be honest with you, when reading Jess Rebeck, I think that's what he meant more so than this team needs to go back to the team that's winning 17-10.
Yeah.
I don't think that's what he's saying. I think what he's saying is this team doesn't have its the old identity that it used to have on the defensive side.
And
I think
that's what he meant too.
Yeah.
Because this is a very different football league than it was 25 years ago. So the days of all right, if you can score 14, we'll keep them to 10. That's not happening. You're not even keeping bad teams to 10 points very often now.
Mm-mm.
So, that's just not realistic. And it's not. It's more the rules than the players. Because, they've made everything possible, every rule possible in favor of the offense now. So I can't imagine, even some of the guys we're very proud of, obviously Ray and Reed and guys like that, they were in a tough time in this league. You watch the highlights of Ray, because now even if it's not a dirty hit, if it's really violent, sometimes they flag those.
Yeah.
And I don't quite get that. Like,
defenseless receiver.
Yeah, whatever. Like, I just, the impact of the hit kind of shakes them up and they throw flags. I'm like, that's not right at all.
The Ravens back in 2000, when you talked about 25 years ago plus, had 4 shutouts.
Yeah.
They're not getting that now.
No.
You're not shutting teams out.
I think the average was like 10 points a game. It was really, I think the Titans actually gave up fewer that year, but the Ravens, like 10 points a game.
Because the Ravens gave up all those points to, I think it was the Jets at the end of the season.
I thought it was the Jaguars, maybe the Jets. I don't remember.
They gave up 20 points in the final game to the Jets that I think did them in. Because they had the Jaguars weeks before that. 410-583-1057, that's the number. Baltimore's Big Bad Morning Show on the Fan. Trying to see what the last, because they gave up 36 points to the Jaguars in week 2, but won the game. Yeah. That was week 2.
That's what I remember.
Yeah, but at the end of the season, they got into a game that was a little tougher than they thought it would be, 34-20 over the New York Jets, and I think that's what knocked them out of the number 1 perch in terms of points given up. Was it points given up or yards? I think it may have been yards, because the NFL calculates number 1 teams on yards, not points.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. 410-583-1057. That's the number. Baltimore's Big Bad Morning Show on the Fan. I am very, very excited about the possibilities of what Jesse Minter can bring in. I guess my bias is, again, there's only 2 coaches that I wanted, him being one of them.
Yep.
So they got one of the 2. I thought if you go offense, you had to go Kubiak. If you went defense, you had to go Minter. And I could see why, even though I wanted to go offense, I totally understand why you go defense and why. Well, Rob, why do you want Minter? Not only all the things that he did on defense, My best friend since middle school's nephew is a starting cornerback for them. So I know some stories about that defense. Josh Hart, number 20. So I knew some stories all year, the past 2 years about that defense. But if I can give you one example why I wanted him, Odafe Oweh.
Yes. Yeah. Something happened.
Odafe Oweh.
Yeah.
If you can throw all these reasons up in the air, you can pick one. If I had to pick one reason I wanted Jesse Minter, it was Odafe Oweh. You went from criticizing a general manager for drafting a guy that can't get to the quarterback to trading that guy to being a guy that can get to the quarterback.
Yeah.
So evidently it wasn't a pick. It's the development. It's the scheme. I don't think it's the development. Because if it's development, then he doesn't go there.
And do it immediatty.
Yeah, no. He was developed.
They didn't teach him a technique that got him over the top.
Exactly. Yeah. They unleashed him. That's what they did. Yeah. Hey, see that guy right there? That's under center or shotgun or pistol, whatever formation he's in. I don't care what formation he's in, go get him. They made him fetch. And that's what he is. He's a go fetch him guy. You know what? You know how you drop back in coverage? Yeah. You know how you set the edge? Yeah. Forget that.
Right.
Forget all of that. Go get him. And if that's who Minter is, we got a guy by the name of Mike Green, who I think Odafe Oweh is legit. I think Mike Green's better.
Yeah, and he's a more natural pass rusher, yeah.
I think he's better.
Just watching him, how low he gets and the leverage he uses and how good he is getting outside the tackles, yeah.
I think that all of that, we can't get to the quarterback stuff, I think it's going out the window.
I hope so.
I do, man. I think, in my opinion, Ed, and I think it's been proven, there's nothing more dominating in football, offensively or defensively, than getting to the quarterback. Getting to the quarterback changes the game. If I can disrupt you, if I can disrupt your timing, if I can take you off your spot, throw moving backwards, all those things, if I can speed that clock up in your head, I win. And I think if the Ravens defense can do that on a consistent basis, then that makes the defense better instantly.